welcome to 3 Mississippi with Sid and Mike from... Nope, just kidding. Welcome to Sippin Spillin.
Do you know where we are right now?
Sorry. Welcome to Sippin Spillin with Sid and Mike from 3 Mississippi. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
I did a lot today,
We are
guys.
at the 3 Mississippi homestead, but
Yeah.
we're filming a Sippin and Spillin.
Sippin Spillin, yes. So today I worked on the garage, which that video will be coming out on Friday. And I made room to park Malin, which is Malin, which is what I named the Ranger. The Polaris Ranger is Malin. Okay, so my other car was Shelby, but we sold her.
It's not a car.
The SUV.
Okay, but this is not a car, I'm saying.
I realize that. Trudy is my truck. Malin is...
So what is Malin named after?
Steel Magnolias characters. All of those are Steel Magnolias characters. The four-wheeler I had named Weezer.
You don't get to name everything. Have you not figured that out yet?
I name what I want. They come when I call them.
Okay, Malin. Come here, Malin. No, they don't
No.
come when you call them.
No.
None of them do. Call Kenny.
Listen. Deep down inside, I still feel like Kenny is a Miranda, but hey, whatever.
He's not.
Temperamental.
He's not confused about his sexuality.
No, not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
Okay, well that's fine. But anyway.
Not like Ryan. And by Ryan, I mean Arizona Ryan.
Arizona Ryan, yeah. So he'll appreciate that. So I did take. So Will and Ryan stopped by this afternoon. They're still in town. They're leaving tomorrow morning. Or I guess I should say they stopped by this evening. And
yeah, it was more evening than afternoon.
So they got home. They got here right before Frankie got home from school, and I showed Ryan. I was like, "Look, I cleaned out the garage and I like organized the pantry and got everything put away. And there's still some boxes on that side that some of those are gonna get stored in the shop. We just haven't sorted out the shop yet.
But we made. I mean, this was a huge progress by getting the garage cleaned out.
Get this bad boy parked in here.
This is huge progress towards like, I mean, the shop. I was in the shop today trying to find a few basic things because Will was going to give me some lessons on the tractor. Because Will's an equipment operator. I mean, that's
what he does.
What he does.
Yeah.
So, and everybody on the YouTube feels like I need to have a professional give me some lessons. So I was like, here's a professional, give me some lessons.
Right.
So, anyway, I was pretty frustrated at my lack of ability to find some of my basic tools in the shop because of how bad it is.
Well, things just aren't unpacked. And honestly, the shop became sort of the area to throw it because the order that things came in when we moved, you know, the U-Haul was the stuff that was like immediate necessities, right? So it was like a lot of like my basic kitchen stuff and bedding, the mattresses, things like that, right? The next truck was the big furniture. And then the last truck was, and tools. And then so things kind of got shoved because we were sort of just trying to find places to put things out of the weather.
It was like, if we don't need that right now, where does this go? Put it in the shop.
Put it in the shop,
Yeah.
So, and we just haven't organized it yet. And the shop is much more his domain. So, I mean, I'd be happy to organize it for him, but I don't think he wants that.
Oh, yeah.
So, I think that would, I mean, I don't know if maybe at least me sorting it and organizing it to a point, and then I wouldn't be mad if you went in there and completely redid it, but at least then it would be easy to see and unpacked in a way that, like, made some kind of sense.
I do want to move your birds.
Okay, well, right now that's the only place I had to put them.
See, here's how my brain is working.
I have a brooder in there right now, so.
Here's how my brain is working the organization of the shop. I have the shop in my brain broken up into 4 quadrants. I basically just make a tic-tac-toe, like just down the middle, right? Except not a full tic-tac-toe. So cut it into 4 equal quadrants. I already know what goes in each of those 4 quadrants.
Okay.
Ultimately. Which means that I know where eventually things are going to live.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So, if I say, okay, the most important thing is get a workbench put in place, get my basic tools, make home for my basic tools in the corner that's going to be their home, and get that organized. That to me would be number one.
Okay.
Right? That corner is where the birds are.
The one spot out of that entire giant shop, the whole 3 feet by 3 feet that I am taking up is the issue for you right now?
No, I'm saying that whole corner is going to be a workbench and like tool organization on the wall.
Okay, well I can move the birds in here tomorrow, provided I can move the rest of the stuff that's yours over there so I can plug them in. And
well, I have clothes over there and we have rats in the shop. That's another problem, is we have rats in the shop. So I need a plan for eradication of rodents of unusual size.
ROUSs.
These are very large rats. Frankie and I found one. So it had gotten into a bag of deer feed that I had in there, and it had like pulled a bunch of the deer feed out and put it in one of my toolboxes
Sounds like
and
I
made
want
a
to
big
move the
nest.
birds if there's big giant rats in there.
This rat was this big.
Okay, so I'm going to move the birds first thing tomorrow morning into here. And then why don't you just tell me what quadrants you want things in, and then I can at least sort of get it organized, and then when you have time it won't be so overwhelming for you to go in there and like get it just so. It'll be somewhat so.
The quadrant that all of Will's stuff is in right now
Well, obviously you can't do anything about that. You have to pretend like it doesn't
gonna
exist.
be not necessary to organize until spring, because that's gonna be all my like
okay, well,
garden
then
related
that's
stuff.
fine.
So that quadrant's fine.
That's fine. So then you just tell me where you want the other things, and then I will lay out neatly and stack neatly and sort a bit, so that then at least there's pathways and it's somewhat organized chaos. Because right now it's just chaos, and I can't in there.
I feel like I need to build a basic workbench in there before I build the chicken coop. Very basic.
Okay.
But to not be able to find tools is not working.
I get that. I 100% get that. So I will move the birds tomorrow into here, and yeah.
Then you can go to Neighbors and I can give you a shopping list of 2x4s and
Yeah.
OSB,
That's
and
fine.
I can build and some framing nails, some
You
basic
just tell
stuff.
me what you
I can
need.
make you a short shopping list.
Yeah.
And I can
I'll
build
go
a
into
workbench
Neighbors.
in
That's fine.
a couple hours.
That's fine. I will do that. I have to go into town tomorrow night because Frankie has a concert. For
What
her
time?
choir. I have to get her there by 6 is her call time. It doesn't start till 7. So I'll be gone in the evening. I mean, you can go with us, but I don't know what you're doing. So, but I do have to be gone.
Well, okay. So I talked to a guy today. He came by and looked at it. That is an equipment operator.
But I looked at it, you mean for the chicken?
I was going to get to that.
Okay, sorry.
So he's going to dig my footings for my chicken coop, for her chicken coop. And fair price, he can do it like whenever I'm ready. So I need to get that laid out. I need to get some lines out. And Will, when he was giving me some directions and instructions on tractor operation today, helped me pull some T-posts and tear a fence down. So it's really close to ready. I just need to square some lines up and then paint some lines on the ground and tell him dig here. So I think that depending on the weather, we could have those trenches dug this week. Meanwhile, I need to try to build a workbench like this week if possible.
Okay.
Like go to Neighbors and get 2x4s and some sheeting.
Yeah, you tell me what you need, I'll bring it home.
And then basically just clear that spot out and build a workbench. And then I already got a quote from Neighbors to bring out 5 yards of concrete.
Oh, cool. Okay. I didn't know you did that.
Yep, today. So
It's holding out on me.
no, I did a lot today.
No, I'm just teasing.
Well, you did a lot today.
Join
So we can I can get the concrete poured. I mean, literally, if I can. Yeah, there's all the pieces are there from all of the other parties needed. to get that done in the next week. It's just a question of me having time.
Right.
It's the end of the month. I'm slammed at work. I'm trying to close the month out. If I can get off on time, then where I can do an hour or two of work before dark, at least a few days this week, then I can get it done.
Right. Okay.
But that's a struggle.
Nah. And I can't build it for you. But I can help organize the shop somewhat.
I just want to get right, you can.
Like,
Okay.
You need to let me. There's sometimes I feel like he doesn't want me to do certain things because he wants to do it, but then he stresses out because he doesn't have enough time to do everything.
I just want, it's like organization of these shelves.
Yeah.
In my mind, I knew how these shelves needed to be set up.
Right.
I had to at least be involved.
Right, but you have to understand that your way isn't always the only way to get things organized or done, and I managed to organize and unpack the rest of the house.
I get that. While my way may not be the only way, neither is yours.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
That's why I said I wanted to be involved. You notice I didn't say I wanted to be in charge.
I get that. I'm just saying.
I said I wanted to be involved in the initial layout.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not.
Then I walked away and let you organize stuff on the shelves.
Okay.
And I moved like 2 things afterwards. See if you can figure out what.
Oh, I'm sure I will.
There was like 2 things that I was like, oh, this goes with that, and this goes with that, and I moved them, and that was it.
Yep. I know exactly what you moved. I didn't because yes.
But other than that, I mean, I only want to be...
I knew it. As soon as he said that and I looked, it was right exactly what I thought it was. It was the sternos because we had more sternos of different brands. And one of them he'd wanted to put in one spot, and I was like, that's not going to fit all of them. But okay, that's where he wants those. But they're not all going to fit, so then I moved the other ones right next to it, but like on a different shelving thing.
But on their side.
Yeah, so?
You can't put sternos on their side.
No. Whatever.
Yeah, unless you want to have flammable liquid leak.
Yeah, sure.
That's not cool.
Listen.
I caught it, though.
That's cool.
Crisis averted.
Nobody died. Listen. I'm just saying. I will, somewhat loosely organize the workshop so that you can go in and fine-tune it when you want to get all weird and nerdy about it so that your nuts are alphabetized or whatever you do in the shop. I don't know. Your tools. He likes to do weird stuff like that. You know, women, okay.
I like things to be where they make sense.
It's not always true. So one time...
If I'm looking for a garden tool, it's over on that wall.
Yeah.
If I'm looking for a wrench...
No.
All my open-end wrenches are in this drawer.
This one,
I'm looking for a adjustable wrench. They're all in this drawer.
Yeah, y'all ever seen Sleeping with the Enemy? Where one of the times she knows that he's found
I sleep
her
with the enemy
and
often.
Stop it. And he's broken into the house because everything is alphabetized in the cupboard. Like all the cans are so this is him. So one day I was like, we had people coming over and I had tasked him with cleaning up the kitchen. He pulled everything out of every cupboard and started alphabetizing everything. And I was like, are you serious right now?
You asked me to clean the kitchen.
No, by clean the kitchen, I meant clean the counters, put the dishes away. I did not mean start
It was the put the dishes away part that was a problem.
I did not mean start a project.
I open a cupboard, there's some dishes, some cans, some spices.
That's not accurate.
The only way I could solve the problem was to remove everything.
Now he's making stories.
And put everything back in a way that it all makes sense.
He's crazy. Anyway, but that's not
I am crazy.
I know every woman right now knows exactly what I'm talking about because men do that.
Here's her problem with me. One of them.
Where do we start?
For me, the best way to reorganize something
it's gonna make me crazy.
Is to remove everything from that area, move it to another area, start with a blank slate, okay? Then, as I'm removing it, put it in piles, okay?
It's so bad. He makes it so much
Nuts,
worse.
bolts, screws, washers, all go in this pile.
Yeah, no.
Ropes, and
But then Mr. ADD over here halfway through gets distracted and goes on to something else, and then it's not done, and then it's like
it's not.
chaos.
You can't say it's never done. You know, here's what's interesting.
Never done.
I would like you to compare me over the last 7 years at our last house.
Okay.
And sorry, all of our friends for putting you on blast. I would like you to compare me to all of your friends.
All the husbands? Am I comparing you to all the wives' husbands right now?
All 100%. Name one that got more done than me.
No,
on the property
told you
at our
100
house.
times. You are very good at getting stuff done and and you're very capable of doing a lot of things, and you have done a lot of projects.
But it's not enough.
I didn't say that. I did not say that. Did those words ever leave my mouth? No, never. My issue is that we get 99% of the way, and then something else happens.
It's fully functional.
But it's not finished.
It's like the race car's on the road, and I haven't finished painting the bumper.
It'd be like if I made dinner and I was like, oh, the chicken's a little raw, but the rest of the vegetables are cooked.
No. That would be non-functional.
Okay.
It would be like you made one, you forgot to put a garnish on it.
I can't think of like a good example.
You didn't put a garnish on it.
No, because that's not.
But it's fully functional.
But that's. Okay, I don't think that's fair. But anyway. I just know that sometimes I have to either give him a really strict deadline for things, or I have to do a slight, like, obsessive amount of nagging in order to sometimes get things.
No, I think the obsessive amount of nagging comes naturally for you, and you justify it but you haven't finished a project.
Well, no, I've never said that. I never said that. But
I'm still trying to figure out what she did say. She beat around the bush about something there.
He's been saying I was in a bad mood all day, which I don't think is the case. It started when he couldn't hear me, and I had to repeat something loudly 3 times, and then he said I was yelling at him, and it was all downhill from there. So, I don't know. It's been a day. But
she was in a bad mood.
I was not in a bad mood.
She was in a bad mood.
I was only in a bad mood after you got mad at me.
I was trying to talk to her about something else, and she was avoiding me. And every time I would walk into the room she was in, she would not say anything. She would just disappear.
I was in the middle of putting things away, so sometimes I would grab stuff and have to take it upstairs. And I was in the middle of that, and so I was like, yeah. And then he would stop talking and staring at a tree, so I would walk away and take the things upstairs. And then he'd be like, are you avoiding me? I was like, I'm not avoiding you.
Which tree was I staring at?
You sometimes come out here and stare at a tree like you're having a stroke.
Show me which tree I was staring at.
All the trees. I don't know.
You made that up.
You
made that up.
Saying it was very like our communication today was crap apparently, because I thought he was yelling at me, he thought I was avoiding him.
Look, some days you have no communications, and some days you have an excessive amount of bad communication.
See, and
that was today.
I can't win.
Yeah.
I can't win. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, should I just be quiet constantly? I don't know. Like,
speak when you're spoken to.
Woman. Yeah, so we're just having an off day, so you're welcome. This is real life. We legitimately were having an off day. It happens.
Oh, dude, happens all the time.
Does it?
I mean,
I ninja'd that.
Did you just ninja that nap?
I ninja'd that nap.
I think you did. Okay.
Yeah. Anywho, how you like me now? Better than you did 5 minutes ago.
That nap was bugging me.
Yeah. See, you're welcome.
So anyway, yeah, bottom line is we got a lot done.
Yeah.
There is still some more stuff that I'd like to do in the garage.
Well, yeah, and I preface this with the way this is laid out right now is temporary.
Right.
Because we're going to be building a pantry.
And I don't even know where we're going to build the pantry yet.
We've talked about a couple different scenarios, but we haven't nailed it in yet because there's an attic access kind of right back there, which you obviously have to be able to get to in case of whatever. So we don't want to build anything that's going to block that.
Right.
And you have to be able to get down and get back up.
Where I was going to build it would have blocked that ladder from coming down.
Right. So we need to be able to make sure that, like, however we build it, whether it's long and skinny or, you know, on this side.
And then there's this window here.
And this window makes it a little awkward.
So I can only come out to as far as the edge of this window unless I mean, look, everybody's be like, oh, just, just fill the window in. Dude, that's a brick exterior wall. Like, trying to fill that wall in.
Well, honestly,
would never look good.
No, what I was considering doing, though, is putting, like, some kind of picture wallpaper scenario in these 2 windows, and then you could build behind it. Like, whatever you put behind it, nobody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just basically kind of walling it in. Have to be something that was really going to stay long term.
Even if it was only the first window. Like,
well, depending on how you built it.
Second window is fine. It's that first window that really cramps me. You know?
I don't know.
Because I could build a pantry in this back corner big enough for what I want, still giving room on this side of it for the Ranger to park where we're sitting, and giving room for your truck to park on that side.
Yeah.
Because when we have like
Bad
crazy storms and hail and stuff,
Yeah.
we're gonna want to get that truck out of the hailstorm.
Right.
So.
Well, once Will's car's out of there, we can and get some of that stuff that's out there that's gonna be kept in the shop. That's just sort of spilled out over there for now.
Something tells me Will's car's gonna be there for a minute.
It might be there for a minute, yeah. But once we get the shop cleaned out, like, if we get the shop cleaned out, I can pull your car in there. That eliminates one thing. I can put the Cub Cadet in there. That eliminates one thing. I can put, you know what I mean? Like, there's a few things I could maybe fit in the shop for a while. Once I
thought that was my domain.
Yes, but I'm talking about until everything is done, until that car is
I'm
gone.
just saying, you're saying you're going to put stuff in the shop. And you just got done saying that was my domain.
First of all, it's a really big ass domain. Do you need the whole thing right away?
I need 100%. I need more of it. I need a bigger shop.
Okay, that's fine, but you're not there yet. Baby
You're going to
steps.
get a bigger shop.
Listen.
I want to build a second story in there.
Okay, that's fine. But listen, the point is that right now everything is in chaos on that side of the property, and I do not enjoy chaos. So I can make it less chaotic and make us a little bit more ready for storms.
The definition of chaos.
Okay, but there's chaos where nature runs its course, and then there's Michael Pigpen trail of craziness behind him. That's a whole different category. So if you give me permission to straighten up your shop a bit, I'll move the birds out in the garage. Now that you've let me do the garage, then I can move some things around in there, and I can make room for some of that stuff so that I can then move some of the things that are yours that can be moved or that are going to be long-term stored. And then I can move some vehicles around so that there's room to put my truck either A, under there, or B, in here, so that when there's weather...
What's option C?
Option C is you go live by your deer plot. We'll put your little tent up out there, your little deer blind, and you can just hunker down in there.
Hey, that's supposed to arrive today.
I got... well, no, I didn't get that because you ordered that.
My deer blinds are arriving today by 9 o'clock.
Well, there you go. I don't know what to tell you, mister.
So, I need to get those set up like as soon as they arrive. The next morning I need to go set them up because you need to give them a few days for the deer to get used to them being there. I'm gonna set them back into the edge of the bushes, kind of the feathered edge of the woods a little bit, so they don't stand out like a sore thumb. But you definitely don't want to throw them out there on opening day
and then hope for the best.
Yeah.
That's true.
Plus, you got to get that new smell out of them. Let them sit out there for a few days.
Brand new plastic smell.
Yeah,
or whatever, canvas or whatever. I don't know what they're made out of.
China.
The China smell?
I don't know. I went with the rhinos, which everybody says are probably the best ones of those types. But I honestly don't know where they're made. I didn't dig that deep. Probably China. Unbelievable.
Does that mean I get to chastise you? Admonish!
I do the best I can do. At least I try. Some people don't.
You're so mean.
Every now and then.
Sometimes if I buy anything, he's like, "Did you even look?"
I try.
I
do try.
But sometimes certain things are not available, and it's like, like sometimes you need a certain thing and you can't get it. I'm just saying.
Right.
I can hear the geese, the flying geese.
Oh, yeah.
I love them. I love the sound.
I like the sound of geese.
I love the sound of them.
I'm not really a goose hunter.
Well, no, I'm not a goose hunter. I just like geese.
But I don't think I
birds.
would. I mean, maybe I would. If other game was not plentiful.
2 in a row if you're counting.
And I needed to put food on the table and there were low flying geese.
Right.
But I don't need to hunt geese, goose, gander,
geesies,
whatever.
Oh, no, just kidding. No, well, gander are the boys.
Right.
Yeah, well, you don't know when you're shooting in the air if you're shooting a boy or not.
Or how do you know what I know?
Because I know what you know.
Oh yeah.
About geese.
Do you know what I know about geese?
Pretty sure.
Okay. What's the best shotgun to use for geese?
Oh, okay. Well, that's a different. I don't know. I thought you meant about.
Okay,
geese.
I'll give you 2 options. 410, 10 gauge.
I don't know. The
Pick
one that goes like that.
Oh yeah, that would both be shotguns.
Okay, well I don't know.
Which one would you use?
I'm
A
not a
410
gun person.
or a
I
10?
like a 22. I know I'm simple and I like to be close up and I like a 22.
But you said you know everything I know about geese.
About geese, not about guns. You see how you switched it?
Yeah.
I can't with him. On that note, dinner's ready. I'm gonna go feed him.
Okay.
Maybe he'll get tired and go to sleep and leave me alone. Stop picking on me today. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We will see you tomorrow. And that's it. That's all I have to say.
That's it. That's all, folks.
Alright, peace out.